I decided to do some light reading before going to bed last night, and it turns out this piece was no match for my melatonin. Inside Prince William's hidden battle against media intrusion, Prince William is more focused on finding practical means away from the cameras of dealing with the media. It's by Richard Palmer, who writes for the Daily Mail. Interesting to note the paper, which says it is impartial news and intelligent debate. I'm not saying that there isn't impartial news and intelligent debate to be found, but it's not going to be found in this analysis. Also of note, the paper is under DMG, which includes subsidiaries like the Daily Mail. Yes, we have reached the point where actually fighting against the media for privacy is good if you're Prince William doing it. And in fact, Prince William did it first, and he does it better than Prince Harry. There is no lack of goalposts that these people are not willing to move to make something that is negative when Harry does it, positive when William does it. Let's get into some of the highlights. Quote, his brother's war on the British media has hogged the headlines, but behind the scenes, Prince William is waging a more subtle battle to protect his young family from media intrusion. First of all, this is making headlines because you're choosing to cover it, but also not really cover it in a substantial way. This also lends credence to the idea that Prince William is going to be a different kind of king and he's doing things behind the scenes. You just can't see him, but he's doing them. Here's what's so revealing to me. He is in a battle to protect his young family. There's nothing wrong with that. But Prince Harry's battle has been public. It has been for people who can't wage the same battle or get the same kind of press attention for it. And it's a part of a larger group of people who have also had their privacy invaded. It's not just for his family and his family's protection. It's about righting wrongs and hopefully moving forward with reform in the British media, which doing this for a larger cause and for people who can't speak for themselves or have the means isn't that what you want from a king? There isn't a lot of sources in this piece besides Dickie Arbiter, who was a former palace press secretary for the late Queen Elizabeth II, as well as a journalist. Here's what Dickie has to say. One makes a lot of noise and fuss about it, and the other one doesn't. Speaking about contrasting Harry's blunderbuss tactics with William's efforts to deal with problems quietly. Time out. One does make a fuss about it. He does it through lawyers. He does it through fear that reporters have of losing access. It's a fuss, all right. If he had been successful in really realigning these relationships with the media to benefit the royal family, Harry and Meghan might still be working royals. It's very telling that it didn't matter when Harry and his family were being thrown under the bus, but it's all about William's family, which, listen, no disagreement here that the children should be protected, but let's not act like this was because of some clever negotiating tactics. We know of letters that have been sent to stop stories that Prince William does not want out in public. What's presented as well in this article is this concept that Harry is dealing with traditional media. He is just grinding his gears over old resentments, and Prince William is focused on the future and the future of media. This was something that came up in Levinson 1, which was an inquiry into the media. At that time, when the Levinson inquiry presented a report and recommendations for reform, Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, looked at it and basically said, well, that's nice and all, but these are all moot points because there is a new challenge that the media is facing. That actually doesn't change a lot of the issues. In some ways, it's just easier to invade people's privacy because now you can do things like blagging. You don't even have to follow them around. People have camera phones everywhere. And it's so strange to act like, although some of the mediums for news have changed, that the tactics aren't still there. What it comes back to for me is that if there is a standard that should be followed when it has to do with public figures like the British royals who are taxpayer funded, that standard should be applied to every royal. Because currently, the brothers are waging two very different battles. One is looking to protect himself and his children, which I do not take umbrage with. The other has larger, perhaps loftier goals of media reform. This is really a short-term deal. Who's to say it will still be in place when one day Prince George marries and has children? I also can't close this without saying that Prince William is in a different situation than Harry. He is someone that knew from a young age, that was told from a young age, that he was going to have to find a way to work with the British media. They were not going away, and he was the future king. He's in a different situation than his brother, who is the spare, and has a little more leeway with how he can go up against the media. But it's really disturbing, the lack of transparency here, because on the one hand, the media should not be engaging in illegal tactics to gain information. There should be some expectation of privacy. It should be applied evenly across all of the royals, though. On the other hand, the idea that the future king and queen can control the press the way that they can silence stories, can threaten using lawyers, can certainly complain and explain it through lawyers. That's troubling. That isn't a healthy environment for a free and fair press, which is necessary for public institutions. What the future King William and Queen Kate look like in terms of their relationship with the media and their comms team, something I am fascinated with, and I've been doing a ton of research into. It is a larger project that I am working on. I can't wait to show it to you when it's ready. In the meantime, make sure you are subscribed to my Substack and my YouTube. The links are in my bio. Thanks for watching.